German Chancellor Angela Merkel is set to address the Bundestag in Berlin later today and speak in a debate about Germany's involvement in the mission to Afghanistan. With the last remaining foreign soldiers preparing to leave Afghan soil, many Germans are questioning whether the mission was worth it. We have this report on Germany's role in Afghanistan over the past 20 years.
It was 9/11 that changed everything for the US, for Afghanistan and for Germany. President Bush set out to crush Osama bin Laden and his Afghan hosts, the Taliban. Germany supported the US military response with naval ships. Within 2 months, the Taliban had fallen. The German parliament took an unprecedented step and voted to send troops into a conflict outside the NATO area. The International Peace Force is the consequence of decisive political action and of solidarity, which, as I have said before, is unlimited. As part of ISAF, the coalition of many nations aimed at stabilising Afghanistan, Germany aimed to help reconstruct the country and improve security. Bundeswehr forces were based in the north of the country. There they had less fighting to do and could focus on development aid. By building wells and village schools, German troops provided basic support for rural people. In 2003, the first Bundeswehr casualties. A suicide attack killed 4 German soldiers. 30 others were injured. The Bundestag responded to the worsening security situation by increasing the number of troops. In 2009, a stark reminder of the horror of war. Responding to a call by a German officer, a US fighter jet opened fire on 2 fuel tankers which had been captured by insurgents. A tragic mistake, as it turned out. At least 91 Afghans died, including civilians. Chancellor Merkel found herself again making the case for having German boots on the ground. We will not run away from this task. We will finish the job step by step. But public support for Germany's role in the conflict was waning. Originally, the hope had been to focus on assistance and let others fight. But by 2014, 55 coffins had arrived home on German military planes. Germany's military role in Afghanistan has lasted 20 years and cost more than 12 billion euros. What do Germans make of that now? I fear it wasn't very well planned. We put money and people in, soldiers, but was it necessary? Today I have a different view on that. Looking back, the whole mission doesn't seem to have been very successful. Maybe that will have an impact in the future and we won't even take the risk of repeating such a debacle. The Bundeswehr's longest and toughest mission is ending in a hurry and with fewer successes than hoped.
Well, we're joined now by DW political correspondent Hans Brandt in Berlin. Hi Hans, good to see you. How could Germany's Afghanistan policy be best described?
I think you have to say it's a failure. In the end, this assistance mission, it was always an assistance mission to the United States, to NATO, to Afghanistan and so on, did not achieve almost any of the goals that it set itself. Central goal had been to bring peace to Afghanistan and to defeat the Taliban. Clearly that has not been successful. And also the withdrawal obviously is a signal that the situation is far from peaceful in Afghanistan. It's a hasty and chaotic withdrawal from the country. In the end, German goals that had been set there have only been met in very, very small instances, building wells, as we've just seen in that report, or helping schools or whatever. Those are very small steps, but the big picture is a failure.
Well, US President Joe Biden hasn't given into pressure and is sticking to his deadline of August 31st that he'll have withdrawn all US troops. What does this actually mean for Germany's efforts to get people out, though?
Oh, it means that things have to be rushed even more because, in fact, even if you say that they will withdraw by 31st of August, it will take a few days to get American troops out. So there have been reports that, in fact, the German air bridge, the attempt to get people out of Kabul into neighboring countries is going to be stopped by tomorrow sometime. So there's going to be just a couple of days during which this evacuation is still possible. Beyond that, there's some speculation that there might be a possibility of getting people out across the borders into neighboring countries. That would require negotiations with the Taliban, which are ongoing at the moment, but there's no guarantee for that to be possible.
All right, well, Chancellor Angela Merkel is set to give a statement later today. What can we expect from that, Hans?
Yes, the Chancellor is going to try and defend the Afghanistan policy. There's been a lot of blame game going on in Germany in the last few days. Various ministers have been under attack for the role that they have played and the failures that they have to take responsibility for. Angela Merkel, I'm sure, is going to say that she, as Chancellor, is also responsible for what went wrong in Afghanistan and for the chaotic situation that has now developed. At the same time, I'm sure she's going to develop to defend the basic aims of Germany over the past 20 years, as she has done during her chancellorship in the last 16 years.
OK, DW correspondent Hans Brandt in Berlin, thank you.